shouldn't put that in there. All right. So let's go live and just make sure this says we are indeed live. So we are live. I'm just going to finish implementing this for you, Doc.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Awesome. Okay.
Cool.
And I will take me and my little running hat and my background out of the way. I'm just going to do this.
Yeah.
And this and this. And it's all yours, my friend.
We're good? Cool. Okay. Hello, everybody. Happy Earth Day. Bit of a gray and rainy one out there today in Victoria, but honestly, it feels kind of nice. We've had a lot of sun lately, so this is sort of refreshing. Hopefully, everybody can still get out there and appreciate and enjoy this this amazing place that we live. So today, I'm going to expand a little bit on what Dr. Marissa was talking about on Monday. I'm going to dive into stress and then specifically stress eating. So why it happens and what we can maybe do about it to prevent it from happening too regularly. I've got an exciting offer that I'm going to put out to you at the end of this talk here. And I'm really excited about it. It's something I've kind of been working on for, sorry, one sec, Bailey. The cat wants to hang out with us too. I've got something I'm really excited about. I've been working on it for a while, and I'm pumped to share with you guys here at the end of the video. So just stay tuned for that, or if you're opening this up in your email and you just want to get right to it, go for it. But I encourage you, watch the video. So stress and stress eating. I'm going to give you a little story about myself here, what happened to me this week. Monday was a bad day for me. It was just kind of a lousy one, which is funny because I didn't take the time to watch Dr. M's video until Tuesday, and man, I could have used it on Monday. So I'm really not sure why Monday sucked for me. I mean, probably a combination of this whole global pandemic, uncertainty with work, when things are going to return to normal, when I can see my friends. I've probably been watching too many clips of Donald Trump. I got whooped playing Ticket to Ride with some friends the other day, which if you are looking for a fun activity to play with friends, Ticket to Ride is a great one. Anyways, it was just a bad day. I wasn't my normal happy self. I was irritable. I was stressed. I was anxious. It was just not a great day, and that was the reality of it. So I had to go out. I had to go pick up something for this cat, and I decided it was beautiful out. I'm going to go for a walk and just try to enjoy myself and try to get out of my rut. So do the walk, pick up what he needs, and I'm on my way home, and I'm still really not feeling like myself and still feeling kind of crappy. And I stopped in to 7-Eleven or some convenience store on the way, and I picked up a bag of salt and vinegar chips, and let me tell you, I really enjoyed myself. Like, it really hit the spot. So I continued my walk home, got back to the house. I stretched. I chatted with Kate a little bit, calmed myself down, just tried to kind of get out of my own head and figure out what was going on. Started to feel a little bit better. I ended up making a really great meal that night. Massaged kale salad with a little olive oil and lemon. I grilled some tofu, roasted some veggies, like absolutely one of my favorite things, and started to feel great. And by the end of the evening, I was coming around ready to rock and roll again Tuesday. All good. So what's the point here? Why did I tell you about that and my weakness for salt and vinegar chips? Well, it's that stress and stress eating is a very real thing. It happens to pretty much all of us. Maybe not Dr. Doyle. That man is rock solid when it comes to his mental game. So maybe he's the outlier here. But most of us go through this, and I suspect, even though I can't see any of you behind the camera here, I'm thinking maybe there's some nods, maybe there's some eye rolls thinking about the pizza the other night, the bag of cookies in the garbage, whatever. Here's the thing. This is a totally novel and new and weird situation that we're going through right now, and we're all navigating it the best that we very can. Emotions and feelings are going to come and go. Maybe we're going to be feeling sad, confused, scared, or just a little bit down some days like I was, and we don't know where to turn. And so oftentimes we turn to something we find comfort in, and that is food. And unfortunately, it is usually not the healthiest food. We're talking about the foods that have lots of added sugar, fat, and salt. So cookies, cakes, ice creams, salt and vinegar chips. These are the kind of things that temporarily satisfy us, but it doesn't really get to the root. And I just want to spend a little bit of time to go through why this is, and then also some of the tips and things that I recommend to avoid doing this too often. So just to clarify, this is different than binge eating, which is eating an unusually large quantity of food to the point of discomfort and nausea. If something like that is happening, then it's really important to have a talk with a loved one, with a friend, your healthcare provider, and seek out some support. So we're talking about a bit of a different situation here, where these are kind of like the one-off things. You're feeling stressed and anxious one day, like I was, and you go towards your favorite comfort food and snack. So just to clarify. So, okay, what happens in our brains when we're stressed and we reach for that bag of chips, right? Marissa talked about cortisol on Monday, and I'm going to expand on that and include two other neurotransmitters or hormones that we also need to consider. So there's cortisol, there's serotonin, and there's dopamine. Maybe these are familiar for some of you, maybe these are brand new words, but these are all key regulatory mood hormones, neurotransmitters for us. So they have incredibly complex pathways, and we're not going to get into the nitty-gritty of them. We're going to distill down just some of their most important and simple functions. So cortisol, I'm going to start with that. This is our main stress hormone. It regulates how our bodies use carbs, fat, and protein, amongst many other jobs. So when we're stressed out and our cortisol spikes, our adrenal glands start pumping this out, it makes us want to carb load. It makes us want to eat some of those refined processed carbohydrates. We're going to get glucose into our body, liquid split, and increase our blood glucose. Serotonin. When we are stressed out, our serotonin levels drop. This is a problem because serotonin is also known as the happy hormone or the happy neurotransmitter. So when we're feeling, stressed, anxious, whatever, and it drops, it just kind of compounds the issue. Coincidentally, when we eat high sugar or high carbohydrate foods, the insulin spike that results from that also increases the production and the uptake of serotonin, and our mood improves. Sounds good, right? In the short term, yes. In the long term, it's not necessarily going to get to the root and fix that issue. The third one that I want to bring up is dopamine. This is our reward hormone or neurotransmitter. This surges when you're anticipating a food that you really love and you get it. So let's say you're driving home after a long day of work and all you can think about is that lasagna that's in the fridge waiting for you the moment you get home. You get back to your place, pop it in the microwave. As soon as you take it out and get that first bite, you get a rush of dopamine. I got that rush of dopamine the other day when I opened up that bag of chips and got my first crunchy, salty bites, right? It was great. We get that hit of dopamine from comfort foods, and our body starts to adjust to that. And when we get that hit over and over and over and over, this becomes a bit of a problem because we habituate to it and we start to expect it more and more and more and more. So can you see how this is an issue when it comes to craving and wanting and getting a rush of feeling good from foods that aren't necessarily good for us? The levels of these three hormones when we're stressed, they physiologically gear us towards eating comfort foods and eating some of these foods that aren't necessarily good for us. Essentially, the deck is stacked against you. Okay, it's important to realize that this system, these hormones and neurotransmitters, they have been in place for hundreds of thousands or millions of years. They existed prior to these hyperpalatable, calorie-rich, nutrient-void foods that we have around us today. So we exist in a very, very different food environment than existed when these systems evolved, and we need to realize that. So how do we get out of the cycle? What can we do? Number one, I think the most important thing is to not stress about it when it happens, right? You'll create a vicious cycle, and the risk of being too hard on yourself is that it increases the chance of feeling guilty and shameful because of what we did, and it might just happen again. So the best thing you can do is focus on your bounce back, right? Focus on what you can do moving forward from then to, put something good and healthy into your body or do something good for yourself. That's why I made a great meal of kale, grilled tofu, roasted veggies. There was a little sauerkraut with that as well. So focus on what your next healthy decision can be rather than dwelling on that past decision of, having a piece of cake or whatever. Second thing is it's important to try to not keep junk food in your house, right? So I had to walk a good 20 minutes to go pick up my junk food. It was a deterrent, but I was determined. The less you have something in your house, the less it's on your shelves, the less you see it, the less you think about it, the more unlikely it's going to be that you're going to resort to consuming it. Like, as simple as that. If we had ice cream, chips, cookies, cinnamon buns, I love cinnamon buns. If we had those around our home all the time, I'd probably be leaning on those foods a lot more these days just because of the situation we're in. So try to keep good, healthy choices around your home. It's going to increase the chance that that's going to be what you eat. Some nice simple ones. I love having diced veggies and hummus in the fridge, keeping frozen berries and protein powder on hand to make a shake. That's always a good one. And another personal favorite is bliss balls or protein balls. Essentially dates, almonds, chia, oats, a little bit of protein powder in there sometimes. Blend it, food process it up, form it into little balls, put it in the freezer. Great, awesome snack, high in protein, healthy fats right there, ready to go as soon as you start to feel a little bit stressed out. Just basically the idea is that if you stock your shelves with healthy choices, that's what you're going to eat. So third, this is going back to what Dr. M mentioned on Monday. Stop, slow down. If you start to feel stress and anxiety ramping up and you're walking towards the cupboard and you're about to grab something, just relax. Take a few breaths, try to use some of the MindFit tips that we've been mentioning here. Do some box breathing, right? 4 seconds in, hold for 4 seconds, 4 seconds out, hold for 4 seconds. Do 5 or 10 breaths of that. Close your eyes, focus on your breath. Just whatever works for you, try to calm it down. Think, am I hungry? Am I actually hungry? Am I just going to grab something to eat because I'm stressed? Do I need food in my stomach, or is something triggering me to make me think that I need food? What do I actually need right now? Right? If there's something else you can do to de-stress, try and focus on that. Take some time to think about why you're turning to food instead of sitting with your emotions and coming to terms with them. Maybe you need to reach out to a friend, a family member, a counselor, whoever for some help. There's lots of great resources available, and we at Backfit are always available to work with you. So yeah, try to take some time, get to the root cause. If you have not listened to the MindFit Monday from this week, seriously, go back and do it. Dr. Marissa gave some serious gems and some good exercises to do. So go back to Monday, listen to that one. And additionally, if you can, getting outside, getting regular exercise is a fantastic way to bring down that stress, control your blood sugar levels, control your cortisol, give you a nice little boost of endorphins naturally to get you feeling good, feeling happy. So take a walk, do some strength training. There's awesome online HIIT classes, yoga classes, all sorts of good stuff to do. So let's say you've done that, still feeling a little like you need something to eat. Have a big drink of water. 1 or 2 glasses of water, fill your stomach with that. If you're still really hungry, have something with a bit of protein, complex carbohydrates. I typically recommend something like those bliss balls, dried fruit and nuts. I really personally love dates and almonds. That's my favorite combination. So go for something like that. Every single day, focus on filling your plate with nutrient-dense foods, right? I harp on this all the time. Lots of leafy greens, lots of veggies, legumes, lean proteins. Give your body the proper nourishment that it needs. During periods of stress, both acute and chronic stress, we start churning through vitamins and minerals faster and faster when we're pumping out adrenaline, cortisol, and these stress hormones. So try to avoid foods like the refined carbohydrates and these junk foods that'll give you that big insulin spike and then set some of those hormone pathways off. Focus on nutrient density, most important. Last tip, eat mindfully, right? Sit, relax, really enjoy your food. Turn off the TV. Don't just sit and mindlessly shovel food into your mouth. Really sit, look at your food, take it in, think about it, right? We call it the cephalic phase of eating. When you're just looking and thinking about your food, it actually stimulates your digestive tract to get ready to digest food. You start secreting stomach acid, bile, pancreatic secretions, all sorts of good things to actually make digesting better and easier. So think about what you're eating. A good quote that I found from an article I read said, eating should be its own activity. Instead of mood-driven consumption, we should be solving our emotional needs on their own and concentrating on meals on their own. What good is even the most delicious treat if you're so emotionally distracted that you're just eating and eating to the point where you can't even taste it anymore, and you've ignored the signs of fullness to the point of discomfort? When we eat, the goal is to sit down and really experience the meal and its flavors and be aware of when we're full. So this just goes back to being in touch with our bodies, being in touch with what we're consuming. You know, I love to really focus on the flavors, the textures, and everything of the meal that we're eating. So mindful eating is a fantastic habit that I encourage everyone to get into. So take these ideas and these tips into consideration. The next time you're feeling stressed and reaching for your favorite snack, once again, during this like profoundly interesting era that we're living through, it's going to happen. Be easy on yourself. No worries if you do need to go to, let's say, Fern Cafe and Bakery and pick up a little snack or a treat from them. Probably my favorite place to pick something up. It's all good. Focus on what you can do after that to make good, healthy choices day by day. Our health, it's a result of the choices we make every single day. It's not the result of having, you know, a bag of chips like I did on Monday. Not a big deal. Okay, something that I'm really excited to share with all of you, and something that I'm hoping you'll be excited to maybe take part in. I'm creating a program that's going to help simplify nutrition for you. Something that takes away that decision fatigue of what should I eat, what's something healthy that we can cook, what should I put on my grocery list, what the hell do I do right now? This program is focusing on creating nutrient-dense, whole food, plant-based meals that are customized to your specific needs. So we can tailor the meals to fit your allergies, preferences, health goals, family as well. So the shopping list reflects that. It is, you know, it is good for all ages, all activity levels, pretty much everybody. So it builds recipes, shopping lists, provide you with all the nutrition information on your diet so you can actually learn a little bit more about what you're putting in your body as we go on. The goal with this is to simplify your life and to help you be your healthiest self. So what I'm looking for is this. I want 10 people to be a part of this free 2-week trial that I'm going to run. That is 14 days of all of your meals planned out for you, shopping lists, everything, as well as a little bit of interaction with me to make sure everything is going smoothly. And all I ask is that at the end of the 2 weeks, you give me your honest feedback. What was good? What could have been better? Just any advice you have. We want to make this a really smooth platform for people so that we can optimize everybody's health. We are going to be starting next Wednesday. I really want to get this going. So I want you to contact me as soon as you can to claim your spot. Like I said, I'm going to hold it open for 10 people. And if you know anybody else that's looking to revamp their nutrition and get their health on track, this is for them, and I want you to let them know about it. So share this with your friends, with your family, with your coworkers. If you know somebody who's kind of been thinking about making some changes, let them know. I would love to work with them and get them feeling good. Nutrition, seriously, it was a life changer for me when I was in my early 20s, when I started focusing on eating more, well, starting with vegetarian and then moving towards whole food, plant-based, vegan. And I really want to share that with other people. So like I said, if you want to be involved, comment down below on Facebook, email me at Dr. Morton at backfit.ca, and we will get started next Wednesday at turning your nutrition and your health around. So that is everything I've got for today. I'm going to try and go get outside, enjoy the rain, and have a great day. Happy Earth Day once again, and I will see you all next week. Take care.